Clientele Force, Cartel Ground. The old man is out of here today.
The other one.
You want to start with?
My gosh.
Okay. Clarence?
Claire?
Next in line, sir.
Who's that?
I say. Tyron Smith, their right tackle. Just talk about the decision and the use of him there.
Okay. Can you ask a question or you want to give your opinion?
I'm asking
I'm looking
a question.
forward to reading your article. Now, let's talk about the offensive line. We rotated 5 different combinations yesterday, all right? And that's how we'll get through the game. So whoever takes the first snap in the game, I'll give it to you Sunday. Is that fair?
Yeah, no, I hear you. What I'm asking, just the use of him, he hasn't done it since his rookie year. How difficult is that for somebody like this, really come back from the injuries come back from to get reps there? And what does that say, about what you're trying to do and him trying, doing whatever it takes?
Well, I mean, I think just as I think we talked about Monday or Wednesday, whatever day it was earlier in the week, we're playing to the reps. It's more about the guy next to him. Tyron Smith is coming back, and players don't come back off of IR and just go out and play 70 plays. So let's state the most important facts. So our ability to line up with 5 offensive linemen and play the whole game, there's a high probability that we're probably not there yet. So that's what we're working through.
Tom.
Mike Todd Archer with ESPN. How has TY progressed here the last couple of days for you?
Thought he had a good day yesterday. We're in the mock game today. We'll get some more throwing on Saturday, but he's definitely making progress. I just want to make sure he's ready. I mean, as far as his ramp up, the conditioning, meeting with the strength coaches yesterday in Britt, they feel really good about where he is condition wise and the shape that he's in. So we just we'll take the week, and we haven't made a decision yet, so we'll see where he is after tomorrow's practice.
Not that it's ever easy to play one game for a guy, but is it you want to make sure he's good, not just this one game, but for however long the rest of the season goes?
Yeah. Definitely, I think that's part of the ramp up, mindset. So, excuse me. So that's what we're focused on with TY.
Calvin Watkins, Gus Winners. Fowler, is he back today?
Yes. Yeah. Great news. Family got a little bigger yesterday. So.
We always talk about continuity on the line, and now you guys are juggling. How does that jive with you want continuity, but yet you got so many pieces?
We talk about this a bunch in here, and I just think really just the way the year started with Tyron's injury, I think it's clear cut, and the other factor there is Jason Peters coming in, a little later, and then Connor had an injury, and now that obviously. The injury to Terrence. So I think, if anything, we've done a really good job being proactive in trying to rep as many different combinations to give these guys an opportunity of playing next to, get the continuity and the consistency of playing next to someone. So, and we'll just have to stay, we're probably going to have to stay that way for a while.
Babe Loffmer, Cowboys Radio. Not asking you to name your starter at right tackle, but you ever, Rams are sitting here playing guys that have been on the practice squad for 2 weeks and they're starting.
Yeah.
You've got 2 potential Hall of Fame guys who are options in week 14. Do you look at that at all and say, got pretty good here?
Oh, definitely not. But in the same breath, it's a blessing that obviously have Hall of Fame players on your football team. But playing next to the guy, the communication, all the little things. That's my job. So just to make sure the training's lined up, to make sure these guys are ready to go. But yeah, to watch what Jason did in the game in Houston. Josh went in there and did some really good things, and then the game was on the line. Josh went in there and pass blocked and played at a high level. So it's definitely a blessing. But we just want to continue to try to keep working the It's more about the guy next to him. We're just trying to get that. That is oiled up the best we can.
Brad Sham, Cowboys Radio. Mullen, what do you see his role as being? He's got to build what looks like an outside guy.
Yeah, I just want to see him come in here and fit in. And, obviously I think just like anything, special teams is the vehicle to have opportunities. So, to see his work there and, get ready to play. Nice thing about it is he's been playing. He obviously played in the last Arizona game. So I'm glad he's here.
Did you have any opinions about him when he came out of?
Yeah, we liked him. Just going back through the grades with Will, it definitely is a big part of why we put a claim in for him.
Tom.
Mike, how much do you think the relationship between Tony Pollard and Zeke plays to the success that they've had together?
I think it's a huge part. I mean, it's just like anything. I mean, when you got two guys that have their egos in check and and do what's best for the football team, and I think just the clarity of what Kellen's done too is just make sure that these guys need to touch the football. I mean, they're two of our best players on offense, and I think we've done a much better job of that this year.
When did that become the focus, or was it an off-season focus for you guys to make sure Tony was more involved than he had been as far?
I just don't think you listen very well, Todd. I mean, I think I've given it right, Clarence. I mean, I've been saying it since I got here. No, I mean, obviously, Zeke's. He has he's in the middle of a great career and has put unbelievable numbers up. Carrying the load, but I think just like anything, Tony's earned these opportunities, and we play our best offense when those two guys are rolling and they're touching the ball.
All right. Oh, Brad? Babe?
Brad, baby.
Yeah.
We both answered
Here.
both and worse.
Maybe.
I know you're big on point differential, as you should be,
Yeah.
but second half, you guys are plus 105. And the nearest team to you is Buffalo, and they're in the 40s. How big is that for you to look at that, sell it to your team, and just what you're trying to kind
I think you got to look at both sides of it. Obviously, to me, that's a great representation of the peaks that we've had. But we have an index that I've created about 10 years ago. So, and it gives you a score, and not to get into the specifics and analytics of it all, but our average score is 79, and our highest score has been a 113. But if you look at our last 6 games, we've been 50, 89, 50, 92, 50, 130. So that's the part. We want to play to our average. If we can play up in that 79 plus on the scale that we have created for the CSI report, that's what it's all about. So obviously, I think the number speaks more to the peaks that we've had, because we've had some dominating games where we're winning by 2, 3, 4 touchdowns. So, and that's great. Don't get me wrong. At the end of the day, when you score, they all count. When you give them up, they all count. So it's a National Football League. But we just want to play to that above that average. To me, that's the standard. Which you want to stay away from the peaks and valleys. And obviously you'd love to play to the peaks all the time. But we clearly understand this challenge we have in Jacksonville. It's unique, and based on the way they're playing and different personnel and all those things. So that's really that's my reaction to the number.
Michael Gilkin, Dallas Morning News. In Carlos Watkins, is there any part of his game, specifically in run defense, where you've seen his development take another jump here in his second year here?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing with Carlos now is you see him get more opportunities, because he's always been a very consistent player. So, and I think playing square and if you're a linebacker, you like playing behind Carlos. He does a good job of with the double teams and coming off blocks, and he does all the little things very well.
That it?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Or just